Sometimes for Barre, it gets so packed that like people's hands make guest appearances depending on what we're doing. Guest appearance by Kayla's hand. Okay, we've got another one coming in. Okay. Okay, we're going to get started this morning in a supported Shavasana with the bolster set up on top of the blocks. But if you hate supported Shavasana, that's okay too. If you don't like the bolsters, you can just come onto your back in a normal Shavasana. Just lie down on your back. This is restorative yoga today. So Thursdays are rotating class styles. The first one, we did a hatha flow. Last week, we did yoga with weights, which was really fun. We're going to definitely do the yoga with weights again. I enjoyed that one a lot. Following up this week with restorative, total opposite of yoga with weights. And I'll continue to rotate different styles. We'll do a bar one day, we'll do a yin. I'm trying to get, if anybody knows of anybody with folding chairs for sale, I could use a few more folding chairs. Willing to buy some folding chairs so that we can do a chair class as well. Go ahead and come all the way down, get comfortable. Again, if you don't love the bolster under your back, supported and propped up, that's all right. Allow your legs to just rest wherever they're comfortable. Maybe the knees are bent, the feet are planted. You could extend your legs out long. Or maybe you want to cross your legs in Sukhasana. No wrong way to rest the legs this morning. Allowing the arms and the hands to rest wherever they're comfortable, at your sides, on your belly, your chest. And taking a moment to settle in. If you've never done a restorative practice, welcome. It's one of my favorite practices. I love the slow practices. Restorative is different than yin yoga. They're often confused for each other. Yin is often confused for being restorative. The difference between the two practices is that in yin, we are creating loads of kind of weight-bearing pressure on the joints and all the connective tissues, lots and lots of sensation in yin. A deep stretch. And in restorative yoga, we're eliminating that deep stretch. The stretches should be mild and kind of almost barely there, really. Yin poses are held for 1 to 5 minutes at a time. Restorative poses are typically held for 5+ minutes at a time, depending on the pose, depending on the class, you might be in a restorative pose for 20 minutes at a time. I don't have any 20-minute poses for you today, so no worries. But we will be holding most of the poses for at least 5 minutes. We're allowing the body to really soften and relax, letting go of any tension and feeling very mild to no sensation in the body. Both yin and restorative can be really great for anxiety, really good for the nervous system, bringing you down from stress and worry. And all of our poses today will target the kidney and urinary bladder meridians in the body. Meridian theory is my theme for the month, so we'll be working through all of the meridians in the month of April. As you pause here, remind yourself to stay awake, making any adjustments to your clothing, your props, your position. Give yourself a moment to notice your breath. If you're exhausted or anxious, I want you to let go of those labels and the words, like I'm so tired or I'm so worried. Let go of the words, what the words mean, the connotations of the words, and instead tune into how your body feels without labels. Does your right hip feel heavier on the floor than your left? Do your shoulders feel achy? Does your jaw feel tired? What is physically happening without judgment or labeling? Simply be here in your body. Pausing here in your body. Noticing what you're physically feeling right here, right now. And taking time to turn inward this morning. To listen to our bodies on a physical level and an energetic level. As you pause here, make your breath a little bigger. Challenge yourself to breathe in a little deeper than you normally would. And as you inhale, feel the belly rise. The chest rises. Feel the pause at the top of the breath. And exhale. Allow gravity to take a little more of you. Inhale. Belly rises. Ribs expand. Chest lifts. Filling up, breathing in big. And as you exhale, think surrender. Allow gravity to take a little more of you. Inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale long out the nose. Challenging yourself to inhale a little bigger than you normally would. And exhale, let the breath go. Last 2 breaths, breathing in really big. Exhale all the way out. Inhale, breathe in big Invite sensation into the body. Exhale. Release the breath. Setting yourself up to be pliable, to be overcome, to turn off, and to be taken over by the practice. Feel your heels on the ground where they make contact with the mat or the floor. The weight of your feet, the weight of your hips, the weight of your shoulders, the weight of your head. The slight opening in the throat. When you're ready from your position, you're sliding your heels up close to your sits bones, allowing the knees to fall open and the soles of the feet come together. And if you're not covered up with your blankets, you might take the blankets and roll them up and place them under the upper thighs as you come into your supported, reclined butterfly. The chest is still lifted if you're on the bolster. But if you've had enough of the bolster and you'd like to push it off to the side, you're more than welcome to do that as well. As you settle into your reclined butterfly, feel the slight opening in the hips, the gentle pull through the inner legs, the bend in the knees, the soles of the feet touching, the outside edges of the feet against the floor. And if the mental chatter picks up again and you get fidgety, bring your awareness back to your breath. Follow the movement of the breath through the body as you breathe in and out. With each exhale, allow gravity to take a little bit more of you. As we practice this morning, I'll continue to lead you through different body scans and short meditations and mindfulness practices. There will be periods of silence, and there will be times when I'm playing the bowls. Absorb what feels good and natural to you. And let anything else fall away. We're here for about another minute and a half. As you pause here in your reclined butterfly, take a moment to notice where you're holding on to any unnecessary tension, where you're wasting energy maybe. And see if you can let go, soften and relax, using the breath to release you into the pose a little more. When you're ready, you can begin to close your knees up. You might spread your feet out wide, and for a moment, windshield wiper the knees side to side, or stretch the legs out long, taking just a little organic movement. If you're still up on your bolster in a supported position, we're going to come down closer to the floor, letting the bolster sit off to the side, letting the blocks sit off to the side, and coming all the way down onto the back. From your back, pull both knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then rock over to the left side, pausing in the fetal position. Right knee is stacked on top of left. As your left arm extends out wide, and your right fingertips raise up to the ceiling, and the right arm falls back, finding your supine twist. Your gaze might start to shift over the right shoulder. And any props, blanket under the right shoulder, maybe a blanket or a block between the knees or under the knees if they're not coming all the way to the floor. As you settle into your supine twist, release any tension in the fingers and allow a sense of softness to travel up through the arms, the shoulders, across the chest, down into the torso, settling into the hips. Bring your awareness into the lower half of your body, noticing any tension residing in the lower half of the body. Maybe the glutes are squeezing together. Maybe your feet are tight and tense. Bring your awareness back to your breath, and breathing in deep. And as you exhale, allow gravity to take a little more of you. Release the tension. We're here for 2 more minutes. Jatara Parivartanasana. Slowly unwinding back to a neutral spine. Pausing here for a moment, just like we do in yin, maybe taking a little movement, or maybe simply pausing for a rebound. Noticing sensation in the body. And when you're ready at your own pace, you can bring your knees back into your chest. And you can take your supine twist the opposite direction, coming into it in whatever way feels best to you, rolling over to the right side and opening up, or dropping the knees over to the right. Grabbing any props to make your stay here more comfortable. We'll be on this side for 5 minutes, just like we were on the other side. As you settle in, make any adjustments. Grab any props. And then bring your awareness to your belly. And with your awareness resting in your belly, imagine your stomach unraveling, free of anxiety, no more knots. Imagine your stomach relaxing more and more. Slack coming into all the tissues, the muscles, the organs. Visualize the stomach uncoiling. Allow your belly to relax. Tell your belly to let go. Let go. Let go. We're here for another minute and a half. Settling in, still and relaxed. The belly is soft. And when you're ready at your own pace, you can begin to unwind from your supine twist, coming back to a neutral spine again, and taking any little organic movement that feels good to you, or pausing in a neutral position to notice any sensation. Our next pose is a gentle inversion, a little waterfall. We won't be here for quite as long. And you can use a variety of props, a block under the hips, maybe a blanket or two folded up, maybe the bolster. Your hands might rest under your low back in lieu of props. When you're ready, you can begin to gently lift your feet towards the ceiling. Keep a knee bend. Maybe bring your hands behind the thighs or the knees to help support your body. As you pause here, Viparita Karani. We'll be here for about 2 minutes, but if you need to release sooner, release sooner. Just about 3 more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, you can begin to release the feet back towards the floor, removing any props from underneath your back. Taking a moment, maybe a little rock and roll side to side. And then just whenever you're ready, you can begin to press your way up, meeting me in a hands and knees tabletop position. We're going to be moving into a supported Sphinx pose. But before we do so, we're going to take a moment for a few cat-cows, just some gentle movement, flexing and extending the spine, bringing awareness to your back. From your tabletop position, knees under hips, wrists under shoulders, you'll drop the belly low on an inhale. Shifting gaze up, and as you exhale, pull the navel in, round through the upper back. Floating back and forth between those two poses, holding where it feels good for about the next minute. When you're ready, you can come back to a neutral spine. And if you'd really love to take a downward facing dog at this point, maybe you really need to get the wiggles out. Maybe you didn't know it was restorative this morning. Restorative's not your favorite practice. That's okay too. Get the wiggles out. Restorative practice can be the hardest practice of all. When you're ready, we're going to set up for a supported Sphinx or just a Sphinx. If you're not into the props, that's okay too. I've got blankets to rest under my hips, my pelvis, and I'm bringing a bolster to rest kind of under the rib cage-ish, supporting the chest as I come down onto my belly. My feet come out to the back corners of the mat. I'm using my blocks this morning to bring the floor up a little higher, resting my forearms on the blocks, shifting my gaze towards the floor, and settling into the pose. The pelvis stays grounded into the floor. So if you're using your bolster and the pelvis is coming up, just scoot back a little bit. As you settle in, you might shake your head side to side, letting the head and neck hang heavy, bringing it back to stillness, letting the hands soften and relax, releasing the fingers, and really melting into the shoulders, creating a little bit of compression through the low back, where both the kidney and the urinary bladder meridian run. And as you settle in here, see if you can soften and relax the lower half of your body just a little more. Releasing the glutes, the hamstrings, softening the knees and the calves. Relaxing the ankles and the feet. Your eyes can gently close or your gaze can stay soft, maybe towards the floor. And if you're having a hard time releasing the lower half of the body, that's okay. You might consciously tense everything up, squeeze it all together, hold on to the tension, feel the tension, feel what it's like to be really, really tense. Then soften and relax the muscles. Release the tension. Feel what it's like to relax. Feel the difference between tension and relaxation. We're here for about 2 more minutes. Salamba Bhujangasana. We're here for just about another minute. Okay. I'm going to give you the option for our next pose to begin to press your way up and settle yourself into a supported child's pose, or just a regular child's pose, or you can set all your props off to the side, maybe bring the blankets under your pelvis, and make your way onto your belly for crocodile. If you're taking your child's pose, you'll bring your knees out wide, big toes together. The bolster will come between the legs, and you might prop it up on a block or two. Folding over the bolster, resting your cheek against the bolster, and allowing the upper body to soften and relax as it melts forward. If this doesn't feel great for your knees, you might bring the blanket between the backs of the knees or come down into that crocodile on your belly. We're going to be here for about 5 minutes in child's pose. Using any props to make your stay here more comfortable. Maybe covering up with a blanket if you're feeling chilly. And as you settle in, making any final adjustments to your clothing, your props, your hair, and take a moment to notice the breath. Soft, slow, and even. Relaxing you a little further. And within your mind, we'll begin to visualize a few things for a few seconds each without getting caught up in any one image. Allow your attention to travel from each image to the next, like a traveler. The color blue. Looking out the window. The blue sky. The bright sunshine. Beautiful spring day. The buds on the trees. The tree limbs dancing in the wind. A long dirt lane. A green meadow. Horses grazing in a field. A child running towards you. Lying in the grass. The blue sky. The fluffy clouds. The soft sunshine. Your heart full. You smiling. The color green. Feel yourself here. Let yourself be held at peace. And tell your body to relax, to let go. You are grounded and deeply relaxed. When you're ready, at your own pace, you can begin to slowly and mindfully make your way up out of your child's pose. Setting your props off to the side and taking any little movements that feel good to you. A downward facing dog or tabletop with cat-cows or leg extensions. We'll begin to prep for a final shavasana, resting on your back, your belly, your side. You could take the supported shavasana that we took at the beginning of our practice. It does not matter. If you're not interested in the shoulder press or the oil, it's a new meditation relaxation oil. It's a blend. You can flip your card over to no thanks. I'll be sure to skip you if I get you and you hate it. Wave me away. And settling into your final resting position, back, belly, side, seated, any position that's comfortable to you. And as you make yourself comfortable, adjust your clothing, your props, your position. Giving yourself a moment to notice your breath once again. And tuning in to how your body feels right here, right now. Be in your body, noticing what's physically happening without judgment or labeling. And as you pause here, make your breath a little bit bigger. Inhale and feel the belly rise. Notice the gentle pause at the top of the breath. Exhale and allow yourself to relax a little more. Inhale, big, deep breath. Exhale, long, slow, smooth. One more big breath in. Exhale, relax the breath. And tell your body to let go. Let go. Let go. Allow a sense of heaviness to travel through your body, from the tips of your toes, through the soles of the feet, up the backs of the legs, hips, low back, upper back, shoulders, neck, head. Allow a sense of softness to travel from the crown of your head down into your face, jaw, throat, shoulders, arms, hands, fingers. Your hips settled into the floor. Your chest and belly soft and relaxed. Tell your body to let go. Let go. Let go. Allow yourself to be pliable, to turn off, and to be taken over by something greater than you. completely surrendered into deep peace, deep stillness, Shavasana. I remember reading in school about some great historical figure who spent a lifetime seeking his fortune, and about a famous somebody else who spent a lifetime doing good deeds. So when I was 10, I thought a lifetime meant the length of time spent on the years from birth till death, and then its value is measured by the important things that happened during those years. And the only valuable lifetimes were those found in library books. When I was 20, I was impatient with life and with time, so most of my days slipped by unnoticed. I reached out for tomorrows, trying for a glimpse or a touch of what my lifetime might bring. I found by my 30th year, the life had brought me pain, but mingled with it was all the joy I'd found. Life had been kind to me, for it had not left me untouched. A part of me thought my lifetime was spent, and the rest kept pushing for what most surely would happen tomorrow. But that was then. And today I looked at tide pools and seabirds and found an ageless rock washed smooth and gray by the sea. I sat on the sand with my friend and shared thoughts and tuna sandwiches in the sun. I gave corn chips to a seagull and watched him smile. My friend and I walked and talked and looked at people and into store windows. We saw beautiful birds in handmade cages, and I remembered the seagull. My friend told me of faraway places. We laughed and bought Christmas tree ornaments. I listened closely to the words of a song that he sang, about a poem written on the back of a leaf and about a key to a house with no door. At a street corner, we shared the discovery of a flower growing deep inside a drain. Souvenirs, all. When I was 10, how could I have known that a lifetime has nothing to do with years, only with time, and that its value isn't measured by the important things that happen, unless smiling with a seagull is important? A lifetime, I spent one today with my friend. Without moving, bring your awareness back to your space in the room. Visualize yourself lying in this room. Bring your awareness back to your natural breath, the slight rise and fall of the belly and chest. The air cool as you inhale and warm as you gently exhale. Notice your physical body and begin to slowly and mindfully wiggle fingers and toes, gently rocking the head side to side. You might reach your arms overhead for a full body stretch, or bring knees into chest and give yourself a little squeeze. When you're ready, without rush, you can begin to gently press your way up to a comfortable seated position. Allowing your palms to rest in your lap, face down, grounded and stable, shoulders soft and relaxed, and eyes gently closed. As we take another moment of stillness and to be in breathe without doing, to be in gratitude for yourself, your practice, and each other. Sealing our practice this morning with a final breath in through the nose and a big sigh out the mouth. I invite you to bring your palms together into Anjali Mudra, floating thumb knuckles up to third eye center, the Agnya chakra, and the seat of your divine intuition and all that is right and good. And peace, deepest peace. The love and light in me honors the love and light in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me this morning, and ladies who practice with us from home. Take your time getting up. Sometimes after these slow practices, again, restorative nidra, we feel really sleepy, but then we feel more awake and vibrant after maybe 30 minutes or so. Thank you, ladies.